Hello everyone. In this video, let's see the final question in EDC for GATE 2021 ECE students. Okay, a silicon PN junction is shown in the figure. The doping in the P region is 5 into 10 power 16 per centimeter cube, and doping in the N region is 10 into 10 power 16 per centimeter cube. The parameters given are built-in voltage is 0.8 volts, and the epsilon of silicon is 12. Absolute epsilon is 8.85 into 10 power minus 12 farad per meter. Okay. The magnitude of the reverse bias voltage that would completely deplete one of the two regions P or N prior to the other is. Okay. So here is the semiconductor bar, PN junction bar. So P width is 1.2 micrometer and the width of N is 0.2 micrometer. Okay. So here what we need to find is, suppose if I apply a reverse bias, so since it is reverse bias, negative to P and positive to N. So this voltage we need to find such that the depletion layer, so because of that voltage, the depletion will be widened more when compared to there is no voltage. So built-in potential will be there. Built-in depletion width will already be present in the PN junction without the application of the reverse bias. But when this reverse bias is applied, that depletion width will be widened because it's in reverse bias. Okay, that voltage should be sufficient enough such that the depletion width widening should entirely cover at least one of the PN junction, either the N region completely or the P region completely, which can form prior to one another. Suppose if N region completely depletes of ahead to P, then we need to find the VR such that N region is completely depleted of. Suppose if P region is completely depleted of ahead to N, we need to find the VR such that P region is depleted completely. So to solve this question, at first we should come to a conclusion that which of the region, that is either P or N, that is going to be depleted at first. Okay, but you may think that because it is 0.2 micrometer N region and P region is 1.2 micrometer, N will be depleted at first. But remember, that will not be the case at in all the times, because the depletion width extension in any of the region depends upon the doping of that region relative to the doping of the other region. Suppose the N region doping is very much high, many orders high when compared to P region, then there is a chance that this 1.2 micrometer will be completely depleted of ahead of N region 0.2 micrometer. So what I am saying is the case may be like this. Suppose, let me use orange. This may be completely depleted of, but N region is only this much. Okay. That may be one case. We can't say. Suppose if N region doping is very much high. So what is the case? If the doping in any region is high, then what happens to the depletion width in that region? That will be very much less in order to conserve the charge. Okay. The charge conservation is Na into Xp equal to Nd into Xn, where Xn is this depletion width in N region and Xp is this depletion width. Okay, here I am taking completely depleted of. In orange, in green case, let me show you the green case at first, then it will be easy for you. Yeah, this is the green color one, right? So this is Xn and this is Xp. Okay, so Na into Xp should be equal to Nd into Xn. Okay, suppose my Na is very much high. Okay, my Nd is very much low when compared to Na. Okay, so then what happens, in order to satisfy this equation, Xp should be very much low when compared to Xn, then only these two will be equal. So that's the point I would like to raise here. So let's see. At first what I will do is, I will guess, because our natural guess will be, our tempted guess will be, at first we will be going to think that Xn will be depleted of completely ahead to Xp, ahead to P region. N region will be completely depleted of ahead to P region because it is very much small in length. Okay, let's solve. So Na is given as 5 into 10 power 16. Okay, So we need to find xp. Xp we don't know. We don't know the length of xp. But nd is given as 10 into 10 power 16. Okay, that is fine. But xn, because we are thinking n side is completely depleted of, xn will be the width of n region itself. So that is 0.2 micrometer. So my xp then will be how much? 2 into 0.2 micrometer, that is 0.4 micrometer. Okay, so this is 0.4 micrometer. So this is fine, right? So 1.2, 0.4 micrometer is very much is less than 1.2 micrometer, and everything is satisfied right here. So our initial guess is correct. That is n region will be depleted of completely ahead to p region. So the question is solved here. But let me think the other way. What if the student thinks the other way? So suppose the student thinks that p region is completely depleted of. Okay, I'm sorry. P region is completely depleted of. So xp will be, so xp again, xp into Na equal to xn into nd, right? So xp is 1.2 micrometer and Na is 5 into 10 power 16, and xn we don't know. We need to find that xn. Into nd is how much? 10 into 10 power 16. So that implies xn is equal to 1.2 by 2, that is 0.6 micrometer. This 0.6 micrometer is greater than 0.2 micrometer. But in the question, in the diagram, you can observe that P region is completely depleted, N region is not completely depleted. That's what we thought in the first case. That means this answer xn should be less when compared to 0.2 micrometer. But according to this equation, what you are getting? You are getting xn equal to 0.6 micrometer only. 0.6 micrometer, which is much greater than 0.2 micrometer. This means the depletion width region is extended, but it is not less than 0.2 micrometer. Okay, so our guess that P region is completely depleted of ahead to N region is wrong. But if you assume that N region is completely depleted of and find out the P region width, that is correct. That is satisfying. 0.4 micrometer is less than 1.2 micrometer. That means P region is not completely depleted of. When you are assuming N region is completely depleted. So this is correct. So you may have a doubt that is there any case when this can be satisfied? So because N region is very much small, I can think always that N region will be completely depleted of ahead to P region. That will be the all-time case. That's what you may think. But let me change slightly the values of doping concentration in P region and N region. Then let's find whether our assumption is correct or wrong. Okay. So here in the question it is given as Na as 5 into 10 power 16 and Nd as 10 into 10 power 16. But I am slightly changing this 10 into 10 power 16 as 10 into 10 power 17. Okay. Now let me do this. The same calculations. Okay. So what will be this value? So I will be writing here 5 into 10 power 16 into xp equal to 10 into 10 power 17 into 0.2 micrometer, right? The same thing. Instead of 10 power 16, I took 10 power 17. That's it. So xp is equal to 5 to, here 110 will be there, 20 into 0.2 micrometer. That is equal to 4 micrometer, right? This is 4. But how much you are having? 1.2 micrometer. So xp is very much higher than 1.2 micrometer. That means this case is not correct. Okay, this is failed. Our assumption is wrong. Now our assumption is wrong. So now let's think in this way. Okay, I will be doing here xp into Na, xp into Na equal to xn into Nd. So xp is how much? 1.2 micrometer. Okay, xn is 5 into 10 power 16 and xn we need to find out. Nd is how much? 10 into 10 power 17, right? So therefore xn becomes 1.5 okay by 2 into 10 power minus 1. Okay, that is 0.06 micrometer. Okay, that's what we got. So xn is 0.06 micrometer and xp is 1.2 micrometer. So this is satisfied. There is no contradiction right here. Okay, so the entirely the answer or the situation depends upon the doping values Na and Nd. Okay, remember that. You simply can't assume, since n is small, n region is small and compared to p region, n region will be completely depleted of ahead to p region at all the times. That's not the case. We right now found that. Okay. So but in this question it's the case. Okay, that is the case. We are lucky enough so that the value, our initial guess or our common sense, at first we, because of our common sense, we will be taking n is small, so n will be depleted of at first. Okay, but luckily that's correct in this question. That's it. Okay, now let me erase all this stuff. Okay, so this is not so this condition is not correct in this equation, in this question, right? Only this is correct. Okay, let me erase this stuff also, then we can finally go through. So xn is 0.2 micrometer and xp is 0.4 micrometer. So the complete depletion width will be W equal to xp plus xn, that is equal to 0.6 micrometer, and we know the formula. W equal to square root of 2 epsilon of silicon by Q into 1 by Na plus 1 by Nd into VBI minus V, but here V is minus VR, that is the reverse bias voltage. Here VR is negative, right? The voltage we are applying is reverse bias, so here V will be minus VR. So if I simply do that, that is equal to square root of 2 epsilon of silicon into Q by 1 by Na plus 1 by Nd into VBI plus VR. Okay, this is W. So W is how much? 0.6 micrometer. And do we know, let me erase this one. Okay, let me take it up, this stuff. And here, do we know epsilon silicon? Yes, epsilon silicon is epsilon naught of epsilon naught into epsilon r of silicon. Epsilon r of silicon is given as 12. So don't think this epsilon naught of silicon is epsilon of s. This is relative epsilon of silicon, that is 12. But here epsilon naught of s, this is a notation problem, so don't confuse with that. Epsilon of s is epsilon naught into epsilon r of silicon. This epsilon r of silicon is given as 12. Okay, don't confuse with the notation I followed here. I'm sorry for that. Okay, epsilon of s is equal to epsilon naught, that is the absolute epsilon, into relative epsilon of silicon. Okay, that is equal to 8.85 into 10 power minus 12 farad per meter. But to convert into per centimeter, you need to I think there is no need to convert. Because Na and Nd are given in centimeter cube, you can either convert Na and Nd into meters, or you can convert all the other terms into centimeters. I think it is easy to convert Na and Nd into meters, and remaining all things are already in meters. Okay, that's fine. So convert Na and Nd into meters, that's it. So this is epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 power minus 12 farad per meter, and epsilon r of silicon is 12. Okay, so we know epsilon naught of s, and we know Q, we know 1 by Na, we know 1 by Nd, we know V by I is given as 0.8 volts. Okay, and we need to find VR, that's it. So if you do this, you may get you will get VR equal to 8.2. Okay, 8.2 volts. So this is the magnitude of the reverse bias voltage that is needed to be applied. But what is the voltage what is the voltage you need to apply it? Minus 8.2 volts. But here we were asked to give only magnitude of the reverse bias voltage. So therefore your answer will be 8.2 volts only. Okay, so let me write it here. 8.2 volts is your answer. Okay, so I think this question gave you some insights, or my approach at least gave you some little bit of insight how to solve this kind of problems. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you very much.